Yeah, just let us know.
As I'm Brand, I'm gonna do this.
Hello, guys.
What's going on?
So, I'm Brannon Braga, and you got Tom Costantino, who's one of our producers and the lead editor on the show.
So, season 4.
Wow.
Anything to tell us?
It's up. People need to watch.
Need to watch.
It's up to the fans. It's up to the audience. We would love nothing more than to do another season, but we're kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we still have 2 episodes to air.
Yeah.
And so.
Some metrics to go through.
Yep. But we'll see what happens. But everybody would love to do it again.
Seth especially.
Yeah.
How has it been having these 4 episodes? How has it been having the luxury of being able to do a longer episode?
Well, from a writing point of view, it allowed us to do more expansive storytelling. The episode that aired this week is 90 minutes. So it really freed us up to tell more complex stories with more storylines, and being confined to 43 minutes it requires you to have a certain amount of discipline.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the main reason that Seth moved it to Hulu was to open up the running time, and you can speak to that.
Well, we had to sacrifice, some of the best scenes. For season 2, I mean, I'm saying this because the writer's here and I love him, and they're very tight storytellers. But having to lose the golf scene from an earlier episode, having to make decisions about, we have great actors, and having to cut their performances short to hit a clock, it affects, they've always been talented, but we're actually getting to see them shine now, which is a big deal. And it's like you're not using all your firepower when you got to cut.
And you get like the first episode, which was dealt with suicide. You don't want to be rushing to a Colgate commercial. You want to handle it with a certain amount of delicacy and depth that I just don't think you get when you're constricted.
You guys are taking Isaac on quite a ride this season. Everything going on. What's it like them bringing him along that journey this season? Because I think that's been one of the bright spots up here.
Well, he's what you would call a classic science fiction character, and they're usually the most popular. It's a great tradition. The non-human characters are the most human. And so he's been a lot of fun to do. Seth always envisioned his story being a relationship story. In fact, it's a relationship show. If you look at Ed and Kelly and Bortus and Clyden and Isaac and Claire, they're one of the central relationships. And it's been one. It's an ongoing story.
Yeah.
It's one of the best things about the show.
And also, too, getting to, obviously they've told more stories where we get to get Mark out of the suit because he's so expressive, and he's one of those actors that can actually perform through the suit, but having the opportunity to sort of see him and get into the minutia and still maintain the Isaac character
It is amazing how well he did as in his human form.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like you were breaking a rule. Like he's so perfect as his human self.
Yeah. Good. Pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it was a bold experiment because you normally would not do that. You would not take a science fiction character out of their getup.
Yeah.
But Seth had great faith in Mark, and he nailed it.
In addition to season 4, are there other worlds or other aspects and directions you'd like to go, like as I'm talking like a spin-off of the Orville, the core Orville story, or
You'd have to ask Seth that question.
Yeah.
This is his vision. I could watch Clyden and Bortus all day long.
Yeah.
I could watch the Clyden and Bortus show, but in terms of any additional spin-offs or anything, that's a Seth question. Yeah.
But I could also watch Penny and Claire. I could watch Penny and Mark do a show as well. I could watch those two all day long. My favorite. I mean, I love them all. I mean, obviously I love Peter. I love Bortus. I love Clyden. But you know, I'm very invested in the Isaac Claire story.
I mean, what do you guys think? Is the longer format working for the show? Is it?
I think it lets you make those emotional
Yeah.
it makes it more impactful.
Yeah, you look at, if you saw this week's, it was deeply moving. I think you had to earn it. I think you really had to get there with that Topa Clyde. That's right. That.
Yeah.
Yeah. His one good eye.
His one good eye. Yeah, no, we let that moment, we let Peter have his moment, and that's something that would have been sacrificed. It would have turned around and he would have went right in and started jumping, but because that took about 20-something seconds for Peter to make that turn. You can't have that kind of real estate on regular television, so it's a big deal.
How is it miss having some more time for the action sequences?
Oh, well, aside from expensive, this is one of those things, and, Brannon speaks it too, is like, it allows you to get into oh, wow, that's good. It allows you to get into the minutia of the battle. We sort of started it in season 2, like the identity battle was supposed to be about 3 minutes, and then we all kind of lost our minds and expanded it and added things, and, whatever the dailies brought and Seth brought, but being able to, like, differentiate and allow action sequences to unfold in different ways is something you wouldn't once again be able to do on TV. That'd be a minute and a half and we're done. So it's great, yeah, but expensive.
Yeah. So a fourth season we'd have a high bar in terms of those action sequences.
Yeah.
What's it been like some different potential allies in this species or other planets? What's it been like bringing
And last question.
Well, fortunately, we saw in this week's episode, we went to the Planetary Union and the Council, and it was good. I mean, we saw a lot of different species. We saw Yaphet species, and it did feel expansive. It felt, and again, on a regular TV show with a regular TV show schedule and budget,
you wouldn't be able to do that.
You wouldn't be able to. We shot that at the Disney Hall in downtown LA.
Well, even like Bola Bar, we wouldn't have been able to give him that kind of time. That scene goes on for quite a while, and I think there was a talk, and we do get another season. He may make an appearance again. We definitely set the seeds for new characters to have new stuff if we get more episodes.